Okay, family, welcome. My title today is A Betrayal Too Deep When the Truth Destroys Everything. Yes, guys, when I tell you some men are really wicked, they are bad. Some may think that I hate men. I don't hate men. I hate what men do. Today, you're gonna tell me whether you believe in me, in everything I say that, look, I don't hate men. I hate what men do. I don't hate men at all. I just hate what they do. Guys, imagine you live with a man for 18 years and you didn't know he was keeping a very deep secret. You discover after 18 years. How would you feel? I'm sure after today, you are gonna believe in me. I don't hate men, but what some men do is men are wicked. Some men are monsters. Yes. So today we are diving into a story that is not only heartbreaking, but horrifying. Yes. Imagine, guys, a woman lived with her husband for 18 years, but only to discover now he's deceived. All is secrecy. Maybe let me first start by this one. Let me tell you, this woman, she lived with this man, but before even 18 years, when they were just like starting, they adopted a girl of six years. So they had their child already, their firstborn, and then they adopted this second child. She was only 6 years. And these two are their first daughter and this girl, they grow up knowing that they are sisters. So they were these were their children. They look after their children, two girls. And then one time, the family decided, especially the husband and wife, decided to go for what? To Germany for a greener pasture and leave their children at home. And then when they were in Germany, this man already had a secret agenda. This man had been living with another woman who even has 2 children, but the real wife didn't know. So now, and also so now when he was in Germany, not even to the woman's knowledge, this man all along was admiring the adopted daughter, the child that is like their children. So now he started complaining that he didn't like to live in Germany because of the food, because the weather was cold. The woman not knowing that this man has another wife, and also he was hiding the adopted child. So he went back to his country, and when he reached his country, he started sleeping with his daughter, the adopted child, which is his daughter. And now the other child was like, sometimes she was not allowed to come in. She started sleeping in her friend's place. She started like doing small job, because the money that the wife would remain in Germany used to send for their upkeep for school fees, the man was now not giving their real daughter. He was giving everything to the adopted daughter, and then to his wife. He also had another wife with 2 children. And all this time when he had this wife, the other woman, his real wife, didn't know. And even though the other woman says she begged the man to introduce her to his first woman, the man would never accept. So he'd been with his first wife without her knowing. So now the painful thing is he was now sleeping with his daughter, which this woman loved so much. Like, she loved even more than her real daughter. She loved this daughter so much. So now their real daughter was really struggling, and she was confused, because she was like, I think she was sensing like, it looks like my dad is sleeping with my sister, but she couldn't believe it. She was just like, she didn't know what was happening. It was really affecting her. So now, I don't know, the mother decided to come. When she came, the daughter went to pick her, but then the husband and the stepdaughter was not there. So the mother and the daughter decided to sleep in another hotel. The following day, they went to their home, only to catch her husband with their daughter, which is their daughter adopted child, in bed. Guys, just imagine that. Imagine how wicked men are. Some men are, anyway. I don't want to say all men. Some men are. Imagine a child that you look after, both of you took as your child, and then to come and find that she's now your co-wife. That was the worst thing ever. And even the man, even though he was caught, is not ashamed. He was like, okay, And these people were like, okay. The real sister could not believe. She was just shocked, And now, to make even matter worse, this man was living a double life. Since when he was with his first wife, he was again with another wife, another woman, 2 children. Even though that woman begged, I want to let us meet. Let me meet our first lady. The man would never accept. And even when they discover about that, that their real daughter, she collapsed. She could not take it anymore. She was shocked. The wife was really shocked. shocked. She was like really shocked. So now imagine, this woman was loving her husband. She was trusting her husband. She was trying to build a life with her husband. Meanwhile, for him, he was hiding secret. But the deepest violation of all, he violated the trust of the adopted child. This is not just about deception. This is about abuse, trauma, and the need for every woman to understand the sign and protect herself and our family. Because, guy, you know the secrecy of any relationship. You know long-time lies can cause emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. I want to advise women to try and always observe or be observant, not paranoid, but to pay attention to inconsistency, missing time, secrecy around finances or communication, or when you're concerned about like the way he's spending money, the way of his absent, like sometimes when he disappear just like that, and those frequent might be something like you're not sure of that kind of business trip. You just have to pay attention, because look, this man had another wife for 18 years with 2 children, and his wife didn't know. So if the wife has been observant, definitely she was gonna know, because there's gonna be a time when he's gonna not be there. He's gonna come up with the excuses, and then sometime when you see like money is like just being spent, you don't know what is spent on. And some behaviors, like if you have like maids or adopted child, you just have to be very observant. Yeah, some women, they just become reluctant. They don't care even if a man is sleeping with their maid under their roof. And like this one maybe was even sleeping with the daughter, his real daughter, the adopted child. Sometimes you need to be very observant what's going on, see how the people in your house, how they behave, how the man behave, his time and that kind of thing. It's not like, it's not like you're being like, but just try to be observant to save your life. Because now look, 18 years she wasted, and now it's gonna end up like this, and she's now over 40. Now for the man, he's starting with a young girl, and then he has another even younger woman, but now about for the first wife, she's going to lose a lot. Try to recognize red flags. For example, like long unexpected absence, being defensive over personal devices, like, when their phone ring, they just like, when you try to go near their phone, they just jam. Like, just try to be observant. That should be a red flag, so that you can be like, alert. I talk about financial secrets, like when, see the pattern of how he's spending his money. If he's reluctant to involve you, like in his like future plan, in his life, in most of his like family stuff, you have to be careful. So guys, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please, can you subscribe, can you like, can you share? Thank you already. Let's support each other. Ladies, let's support each other. Listen, ladies, this should not discourage you from adopting any child, but you have to be watchful, especially when you have adoptive child, or if you have maids, or even maids. It doesn't matter whether she's pretty or not. Men, they just, as long as if something they see the thigh or any open thigh, anything open on the skin of a woman, they don't mind whether the woman is pretty or whatever. When a man, they just see that, they just, so be watchful. Some women, when they have this kind like maids or like relatives or whatever, or friends, they kind of sit relaxed, or don't be relaxed. Like, I'll give you an example. One time, when I first came to this country, I went to visit a friend of mine, and she had this husband that you see like they love themselves so much. But now, one day when this lady, my friend, was going to work, she left me with this man. A man who you see like these people, they love each other so much. The moment my friend left, this man now started like, he wanted to sleep with me. He was like trying to convince me. I say, this man think I'm a what? I'm a fool. I just told him if he did not stop, I was gonna report him to his wife. But then later, his wife told me that this man has slept with most of his friends. I'm like, so why are you still with this man? She said that she's with him just because of the children. She wants the children to grow. I'm like, don't you know that this man can even bring you sickness? Yeah, so sometimes we need to try, and also we women, we need to be observant. We need to try and take action. We need not to make excuses and all that, because in the end, you're the one going to lose. Like this woman now, she'll lose her daughter, the daughter she loves so much. In fact, she said she loved this daughter even more than her daughter, because that adopted child was bright and everything. So now she lost her pretty daughter, she lost her husband, she lost her money. She was sending money. This man was just using the money on their daughter. adopted child and the wife. All the money she has sent, she was trusting a man to build a big house, a big whatever. There's no money. So she lost everything at the age of 40 and over. And that time, and this has destroyed her seriously. It's gonna take time for her to trust another man. And there's no time again to get another man, because by the time she try to come out of this disappointment, might be too old. And also she's never now gonna trust any man. In case of legal and moral angle, this man has committed a big offense. He has committed adultery, and also he has committed a big crime because of sleeping with his daughter, even though he's adopted daughter, but that is daughter. That's a big. So sometimes you need to, like, as women, we need to seek for legal advice, because she cannot just let this man walk away with all the big crime he has committed. So to every woman watching, your voice matters. Your pain is valid. Your life, your children, your future, they deserve protection and truth. Don't let anyone tell you are asking too much, when all you are asking for is honesty, respect, and safety.